when you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000-6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid, yeah, that's right. And most of the people don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, you know, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
Do you want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah, return to the country.
What about you, Shah? Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
ما شاه میخوایم ما بیچاره ایم
کشتنش حلاله کجای قرآن گفته
47 years we've been bleeding in the dark, under the shadow of the Islamic regime, with a stone-cold heart. They silenced our voices, they turned off our light. 58 days without internet, but we still fought the night. Our children took the streets, they raised their empty hands, and the world looked away. Do you understand? Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? 42,000 lives, 2 days, that's all it took. Mothers and fathers and sons, did you even look? We stand with Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, our hope and voice. Millions behind him marching, he is our only choice. He only fights for freedom, democracy and human rights. But you mock him in your chambers while he fights for our lives, to pull us out of this darkness, this century-long night, while you sign deals with our killers and call it diplomatic right. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? They hang 60-40 souls one by one, hanged within 4 months by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? Do you feel anything at all? Or did something break inside you while Iran answered the call? Do you know Europe? What happened to you, Europe? What made you so cold? What turned your heart to stone? while our story went untold. Is oil worth more than blood? Is silence worth the shame? Because while you negotiate with murderers, we are dying, calling your name. Do you know Europe? Do you know what's been done? Do you know Europe? 42,000 souls are gone, killed in 2 days by a regime drenched in blood. Do you know Europe? Or have you just given up? Do you know Europe? We are still here. We are still strong. Do you know Europe? How much longer? How much longer? How long? Do you know Europe?
To all of our friends around the world, under the yoke of the Islamic Republic, Iran is identified in your minds with terrorism, extremism, and poverty. The real Iran is a different Iran, a beautiful, peace-loving, and flourishing Iran. It is the Iran that existed before the Islamic Republic, and it is the Iran that will rise again from its ashes the day the Islamic Republic falls. So let me be clear about how a free Iran will act towards its neighbors and the world after the fall of this regime. In security and foreign policy, Iran's nuclear military program will end. Support for terrorist groups will cease immediately. A free Iran will work with regional and global partners to confront terrorism, organized crime, drug trafficking, and extremist Islamism. Iran will act as a friend and a stabilizing force in the region, and it will be a responsible partner in global security. In diplomacy, relations with the United States will be normalized, and our friendship with America and her people will be restored. The State of Israel will be recognized immediately. We will pursue the expansion of the Abraham Accords into the Cyrus Accords, bringing together a free Iran, Israel, and the Arab world. A new chapter will begin, grounded in mutual recognition, sovereignty, and national interest. In energy, Iran holds some of the largest oil and gas reserves in the world. A free Iran will become a reliable energy supplier to the free world. Policymaking will be transparent. Iran's actions will be responsible. Prices will be predictable. In transparency and governance, Iran will adopt and enforce international standards. Money laundering will be confronted. Organized corruption will be dismantled. Public institutions will answer to the people. In the economy, Iran is one of the world's last great untapped markets. Our population is educated, modern, with a diaspora that connects it to the four corners of the world. A democratic Iran will open its economy to trade, investment, and innovation, and Iran will seek to invest in the world. Opportunity will replace isolation. This is not an abstract vision. It is a practical one, grounded in national interest, stability, and cooperation. To achieve this, now is the time to stand with the Iranian people. The fall of the Islamic Republic and the establishment of a secular, democratic government in Iran will not only restore dignity to my people, it will benefit the region and the world. A free Iran will be a force for peace, for prosperity, and for partnership.
وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه روبروم یه واژه یه هدف به نام انتقامه پشت سرم دعای مادر و تو دستم تفنگ بابامه رو زبونم اسم شاه بگین عشق بی انتهاست هر جا اسم ایران اومد اونجا صدای بچه رضاست فردا می نویسن تو کتاب قصه دیمار بگو با تیر جنگی کشتن بچه های بیگناه رو بگو از بخت مادرها شیر زنا و دخترامون بگو تنها شهید شدیم تا تنها نمونه شامون وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم باز و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه وقتی واسه غم نی گرچه قصه هامون کم نیست همه خسته این قبولم ما فرصتی واسه ماتم نیست روشن میشه فردا خورشید سرزمین ما سرم بالا و سینه سپر بلند میگم جاوید شاه
سلام من به تو یار قدیمی منم همون هوادار قدیم
سید سلام چطوری مرد کلی کتلت شدین دایی بدون مدرک سلام بسیجی قهرمان رفتی پیش توسی با پنیر و یه نون سنگک سلام به محفل قرآنیتون سلام به مدیرای بحرانیتون سلام به حاجی اکبر و طوله هاش و خارج و رفقای ارگانیتون سلام به دوستای پول ملت که تش میفتین توی تور ملت سلام به همه شما کرکسایی که دارین نونتون رو میزنین تو خون ملت ساکتش زیر دست و پاک و تک بخورین حالا هی به یه بادکنک بدوین سلام آخر تو زندان باشه وقتی قرار به این آب خنک بخورین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا اینو بگذاریم به خاک میرسیم تجزیه طلبی که به خاک بیرسیم ایران مردمش وطن پرستن از کرد تا بلوچ بری به فاک بیرسی توف به هر چی مرسی است توف به هر کی در پی تجزیه است توف به لوی و همونی که شیفته ی گل ملیگران تو وطن خدا نسلی هست سر کردستان همه برپا شدن بلوچستان فدای مهسا شدن شم واحد که شیر و خورشید ما بقی جعلیا تنها شدن شادی باشه واسه همه در میهن کور بشه چه شهرچی اهریمن رخ رو بگی تا اون 6 کلاس سواد و خبرگان و مجد سری ترجیحن شبهای عروس و دامادی باشه برن سلامتی نوش کنن و آبادی باشه مقصد کجاست میدون شهیاده به سمت اتوبان آزادی باشه سلام به نسل ندید پدیدا نبودیم ندیدیم قدیمتی ما شاه بود تو شادی کل میزدین حالا شاه بر میگرده پیک میزنین مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا مرگ بر ملا متولی ننگ در دنیا ننگ بر دوتا مجاهد چپی بعد از ملا
فاهنگ به این خوشگلی بانو آیده بود اسم این مشخواهن رو توش بیاریم ولی خب لازم بود دیگه فکر کنم بانو آیده
Let's go. میخوام بگم از دلم، از عشق به این میهنم، به امید روز شکست دشمن شاه برمیگرده به وطن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی، بلند بگو همشهری شاه رضا پهلوی. نظام رسیده پرتگاه، بلند بگو جاوید شاه. برگشت شاه به میهن، دوای درد وطن. این آخرین نبرده، پهلوی برمیگرده. داره میاد پهلوی، زجه بزن سید علی. راه نجات وطن، پهلوی هموطن. ایران میشه گلستان، شاه که بیاد به ایران. ایران که شاه نداره، حساب کتاب نداره. آخون باید گم بشه، توپ تانک فشفشه. گم شو بیرون اجنبی، داره میاد پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن ها. ما شاه میخوایم نه ملا، بزار بشنوه دنیا. ایرانی داد بزن، شاه تو فریاد بزن. برگشتن پهلوی، وحشت هر اجنبی. بلند بگو هموطن، شاه رضا پهلوی. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. فریاد بزن جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه. بلند بگو جاوید شاه، شعار هر وطن خواه.
Look at us here today. We see so many flags representing so many nations. We know we are not alone, and we thank you for being with us. For all people around the world who stand today in unity with the Iranian people, this is not just because it's good for us, and you do it out of compassion and care for our rights to liberty and justice and equality and human rights. But understand that it is in your best interest too, to have, unlike this regime that has been propagating terror and radicalism, we the people of Iran are peacemakers and not warmongers. We like to be friends, especially with the free world. We'd like to be able to have the best neighborly relationship with the people of our area in the region, with the Arab countries, with Israel, and all our other neighbors. We are fighting for justice, we're fighting for human rights, we are fighting for liberty, we're fighting to put an end to all sorts of discrimination. Because as an Iranian, I stand here to tell you that I've dedicated 47 years of my life because I think that my country deserves far better than what we have right now. To now understand that their best remedy is to support the people of Iran, because ultimately a free Iran will be your best partner, not just to bring stability and peace, but it will be in your best economic interest and opportunities. Together we can prosper again, and the world will be so different once the Iranian people are free. I am here to guarantee a transition to secular democratic future. I am committed to be that leader of transition for you, so we can one day have the final opportunity to decide the fate of our country through a democratic, transparent process, through the ballot box and free elections. And let's make sure that this time, especially the free nations of this world and their governments, stand on the right side of history.
Well, Durud Patriots, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 168 of Iran Revolution Live with your wonderful and amazing host, Mr. Armin Navabi.
And your wonderful and amazing host, Goldie GHAMARI.
Thank you so much. Armin, how are you doing today?
Oh my God, we got new updates from President Trump on Truth Social. So, and the Islamic Republic instability has reached new heights. So I'm happy. And I think that there's a better understanding of what President Trump's vision is. And I think it's actually the most genius plan. This is even better than we imagined. Honestly, Goldie, I am seeing what you're seeing from the beginning. And I think actually President Trump has put us on the best path that you could have ever imagined towards getting rid of the Islamic Republic. So if this works, it's honestly genius. But how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Keeping an eye on things, and the internal meltdown inside of the Islamic regime, it's reaching a point that we have never seen before. Like in Persian, it's like یعنی هار شدن، وحشی شدن، نمیدونن با خودشون چیکار بکنن. Like they're losing their minds. They're losing their minds right now because they don't know what to do. Because President Trump is acting as if they've all agreed to this deal that President Trump wants. And this is causing even more internal divisions. But let's get right into it, because I'm curious to see what signs you're seeing internally that kind of makes you now think that, what I was talking about is actually kind of coming true now.
Yep, signs that Goldie is always right. Yes. Before that, should we go to President Trump's updates?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay. So President Trump posted this. Let me see, when was this? This was very recently, like an hour ago, less than an hour, half an hour ago. Okay, so President Trump said Barack Hussein Obama's deal with Iran, the JCPOA, was an easy, beautiful, smooth road to a nuclear weapon, which Iran would have had 6 years ago and would have used long before now. My agreement with Iran is the exact opposite: a wall to no nuclear weapon. In fact, they no longer want a nuclear weapon, nor will they have one, either through purchase, development, or any other form of procurement. The deal is scheduled to get signed tomorrow. Oh my God. And immediately after it's signed, the Hormuz Strait is open to all. Our relationship with Iran is a much different and better one than previous administrations have had. Unlike Obama's hundreds of billions of dollars in payment to them, including $1.7 billion in green cold cash, no money will exchange hands. At the appropriate time, when all is calm, we will go in and get the nuclear dust. Oh my God. Buried deep under the powerful sunken granite mountains, thanks to our beautiful B-2 bombers and their brilliant pilots, and downblend and destroy it. Oh, downblend. Okay, raqiq kardan. Downblend and that's how you say it in English. Downblend and destroy it, whether in Iran or the United States. We look forward to working with Iran and the entire Middle East long into the future. Hopefully, this process will all work out quickly, easily, and smoothly. If it doesn't, we have the ultimate alternative, hopefully never to be used again. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Wow. Okay, Goldie, what do you think? I actually see what's happening here more clear than ever before, and I think this is actually genius what's happening here. But what do you think about this?
I mean, this is so hilarious because yesterday, Abbas Arakchi, the foreign affairs minister, he was saying that they're going to sign the deal digitally. Like they're not going to go in person to Geneva to sign this deal. And this deal, like the things that President Trump is putting out, these are all the red lines of the Islamic regime as well, right? So I cannot imagine a reality where the Islamic regime actually allows the United States to go into occupied Iran and take the nuclear dust, right? Like just that in and of itself, we don't see happening, especially given and you know, you and I, we've been monitoring Islamic regime state TV for quite a while now, and everything that they have, it's all like anti-America, anti-Israel propaganda. You know, they're openly attacking Trump, they're openly insulting Trump. People are saying, check my mic input. Is my microphone not working? My mic input is fine. I checked the settings. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think when you touch your table, there's so much background noise. Is your table metal?
No.
Okay. But your audio quality is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So to that person, sorry, you might have to check your own audio quality then, the issues there. People are saying it's all good. But yeah, so I mean I'm trying to gather my thoughts here because President Trump is saying the deal is going to be signed tomorrow. So right now, everyone within the Islamic regime is pointing fingers like, wait, who agreed to this? Who agreed to this? Why are we agreeing to this surrender deal? And who's actually going to sign it? That's the other question. Who's going to sign this deal? Right? Because the head of state in occupied Iran is a supreme dictator. So this is wild. And then the best part is the end of it, right? At the end of his post where he gives the deadline. Where he and guys, this is the important part, okay? He says at the end, hopefully this process will all work out quickly, easily, and smoothly. If it doesn't, we have the ultimate alternative, hopefully never to be used again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So President Trump is basically saying, you know, you sign the deal that I want tomorrow, or we resume the military boom booms.
So, Goldie, do you want to hear what I think is happening? Like, based on what I'm seeing is happening inside Iran?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is happening within the Islamic Republic is the Islamic Republic is actually trying to give President Trump what they want and submit, but they're having a very hard time doing it because they have no other way, right? Because Ghalibaf doesn't want to die, Mujtaba doesn't want to die, and they know if we go back to military operations, it's going to be easy to take them out. So, as ideological as these people are, they lie. They don't want to die. They want to stay alive. And their problem is, how do we submit to President Trump without turning our own followers against us? Their plan is Pezeshkian. They're making Pezeshkian a bigger and bigger deal, and they're going to blame everything on him. They're going to be like, well, we're a democratic country. The people voted for Pezeshkian, so we have to submit to what he wants, and he wants a deal, so he's forcing this on the supreme leader. It's his fault. Blame him. Go after him. That's what they're going to try to do. If that, I don't know if that works or not, because the Islamic Republic they pretend that they want to go to war. They don't want to go to war. They're terrified. So they're trying to give President Trump what he wants. This is going to the reason why you're so correct that this is so difficult for the Islamic Republic to do, because think about what the message is. The message is that Mujtaba Khamenei, as the new supreme leader, the first big act that he has done as a supreme leader is to allow the people that killed his father, allow the people who are responsible for his father, for the supreme leader, the previous supreme leader, to die, to be killed, allow the same people to come and force the Islamic Republic to destroy the enriched uranium, downblend the enriched uranium, and then take out the remaining, right? So they're trying to say, like, they're saying to the United States in behind the scene, this is what I think is happening. You're like, listen, you got us, we want to submit, but you need to help us save face. Instead of taking out the enriched uranium, how about you send people who could watch us downblend it? Downblending the enriched uranium base is basically destroying it, right? And then take out the remains. Help us save face, right? Because if you don't help us, then we can't do what you're asking us to do. Because if we don't save face, that would be the end of us. And if this works, and this is a big if, I'm not saying it will happen, but if this works, then the Americans have managed to take out the most important leverage the Islamic Republic has with negotiations, what they could not take from the Islamic Republic with war. And once the Islamic Republic has only 3 teeth left, and they need to pull out each one of them, right? There's the Strait of Hormuz, which is proven to be not that much of a leverage at all, which I'm not going to go into that much right now. There's Hezbollah, because the Houthis are MIA, and there's the enriched uranium. The enriched uranium is the most important card the Islamic Republic has. They have 3 cards to play. This is the most important one. The other 2 are not that big of a deal. If President Trump manages to use negotiations to get the Islamic Republic, because there's only 3 ways to get rid of the enriched uranium. Either the Americans go and take it by force, 2, or you get the Islamic Republic to give it up, which seemed impossible. But if the Americans manage to do it, that is unbelievable. Like, the Americans have managed to pull off something that seemed impossible just a few months ago. And the third option is to just do regime change and then work with the new government to get rid of it. So the third one seemed like was the only option, but that one takes so long, and the Americans need a faster result, right? This is good for us. This is not bad for us, because if the Islamic Republic gives this up, they're completely naked. They have given up their most important shield, and they're completely defenseless and vulnerable for Israel, with or without United States, to go and do whatever they want. They will be completely vulnerable. They have given up their most important card. So the reason why the second method, which is basically negotiate with them and give up their nuclear enrichment, their enriched uranium, seemed impossible, is because you would think, why would the Islamic Republic give that up with negotiation? Why would the Islamic Republic give up something in negotiations what they wouldn't give up during war? And the reason is because the naval blockade and the Operation Economic Fury has been so successful that the Islamic Republic is so desperate for cash that they are now willing to give up their most important leverage, maybe, for just a few $1 billion. And a lot of people might get upset that why are we giving them a few $1 billion? They have taken away from them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars, have brought them to the edge of bankruptcy, and by dangling just a few billion of it in front of them, they are, if they give up their most important leverage, their most important asset, their most important deterrent capability for just a few $1 billion, that shows that Operation Economic Fury has been so successful that the Islamic Republic has no option but to give out its most important card for the sake of a few $1 billion. May I add, a few $1 billion that could easily be taken back away from them with just a few explosions, because after the Islamic Republic's last teeth has been pulling out. So I think this is actually, if this works, if this is the plan, and if it works, it's the most genius. Like, President Trump has managed to do the impossible, get the Islamic Republic to give up its most important shield for a few $1 billion because of how much they bankrupt them. if it works. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's genius. What do you think?
Well, I mean, either way, whether or not the Islamic regime signs the deal, like I've been saying, President Trump has put them in a checkmate position, and the Islamic regime's tactic has always been to delay. And now President Trump is saying, okay, we're going to sign this tomorrow. So basically, no more delay. No more delay.
So Goldie, look at this. Somebody's saying they will never honor a deal. I can't see it.
That's very
the beauty of that, but that's the beauty of what President Trump is doing, because nothing, it's not based on agreement, it's based on behavior. Like nothing will be given up until the enriched uranium is down blended. So you don't need to trust anything. This is how this agreement seems to be. This is what Obama didn't do and President Trump is doing. This is President Trump doing taqiyya on the Islamic Republic, right? Because what the Islamic Republic has to do is something that they can't undo. But what United States has to do is something that they can undo. So the Islamic Republic has to destroy its enriched uranium. That cannot be undone, especially because they're also going to destroy their enrichment ability, right? And given the level of bankruptcy, it cannot be undone, right? But what the United States is doing, that can be undone. So the United States is agreeing that we won't bomb you. Once you get rid of that enriched uranium, you could go bomb them. Once you get the enriched uranium out, there's nothing stopping the United States to go back and bombing them. Once you remove the enriched uranium by this is a trap. This is a trap. And you give up the enriched uranium in exchange of not killing them, and then you kill them. You know why you can go kill them? Because the Islamic Republic will give you plenty of excuse for you to say they violated the deal. Because it's an IRGC, of course they're going to shoot at something. So get the enriched uranium out, say we won't kill you, and then be like, oh, you did that over there, you violated the deal, and then go kill them. And also the $24 billion, if you give them $24 billion, it only takes a few explosions to take that back. I mean, the Islamic Republic is losing that every 6 days because of the naval blockade anyways. It's fantastic. If this is what's happening, it's fantastic.
I mean, we just have to wait and see what happens. But
right.
And that's the thing. Like, you're absolutely right. I mean, even if the Islamic regime was going to sign something, they're not actually going to honor it anyway, because all they do is they lie. And they haven't honored a single deal or agreement ever in the past. But just the very act of signing this, that in and of itself is going to be such a damaging blow to the Islamic regime, because they're literally signing a deal with the people who exterminated their beloved supreme dictator, Ali Khamenei, right? And they still haven't buried him yet. He's still his corpse is somewhere in a freezer somewhere.
And Goldie, this is why the analysts that in Iran who are pro-regime, what they're writing, if you read their writings, they're saying if Araghchi and Ghalibaf sign this, they're signing the death of the Islamic Republic. I'm not saying that. Pro-regime analysts in Iran are saying that you guys are signing the death of the Islamic Republic if you give up our enriched uranium. They're saying, why would we give up something in negotiations when they couldn't take it away from us in war? Why are we giving it up in negotiations?
Do Araghchi and Ghalibaf even have the authority to sign on behalf of the Islamic regime? I don't think they do.
So Mujtaba Khamenei has given his full endorsement to Ghalibaf, which to me suggests, I mean, either Mujtaba or the institution. I don't know if it's Mujtaba or not. The institution of Mujtaba, which to me it seems like Ghalibaf and Mujtaba institution are uniting against Vahidi and Jafari. In fact, I think that the office of the supreme leadership is so afraid of the IRGC because the IRGC is doing a coup against the supreme leadership, and the supreme leadership doesn't have any military power to resist them, and there's nothing stopping. There's nothing. Goldie, here's a theory, and I'm not saying this is what's happening, but I just want to put it out there in case this is what's happening. Okay, I think Vahidi is hiding because he thinks that Mujtaba and Ghalibaf, if they know where he is, they will tell that to Americans for the Americans to kill Vahidi. I think Vahidi thinks that the office of the supreme leadership and Ghalibaf, if they knew where Vahidi is, they would tell the Americans where Vahidi is so that they could kill him. I think Vahidi thinks that Ghalibaf and Mujtaba are telling President Trump that the reason why we can't be flexible with you is Vahidi, so please kill him for us, and then we will be more flexible. And I think the reason why Vahidi thinks that is because Vahidi knows that the office of the supreme leadership is threatened by the IRGC because they know that they could kill Mujtaba and they could kill Ghalibaf and say it was the Zionists. Given how much Israelis have drones everywhere, like have been killing so many people, it's very easy for the IRGC to just go and find Mujtaba and kill, like if they could find him, if they could just blow up wherever Ghalibaf is, or like, oh, Zionists took out Ghalibaf, and they could kill Mujtaba and be like, oh, the Zionists killed our third supreme leader. Oh no, that's so sad. So because Mujtaba and Ghalibaf know that the IRGC can do that to them, and they don't have any army of themselves to fight back against the IRGC, it might be true that Ghalibaf and Mujtaba are hoping that the army that protects them is the U.S. Army, right? So they're trying to use the U.S. Army to defend themselves, and the Israeli army actually to defend themselves against the IRGC. And if this is the case, this is good for us, because if Ghalibaf and Mujtaba are basically submitting to the Americans and are helping the Americans against the IRGC, for us Iranian people, our obstacle is not the supreme leader or Ghalibaf. Our obstacle is the IRGC. And if you remove the IRGC, the Iranian people could easily handle the supreme leadership and Ghalibaf, because they don't have actually an army to fight back against us.
And the other thing as well, Armin, is that given how powerful the IRGC has become, it's kind of become like this rabid, wild animal that is uncontrollable. So even if, let's say, Ghalibaf and Arakchi were to sign something, what's stopping Vahidi from continuing the boom booms and saying, we're not going to honor this deal?
Exactly. Oh my God, yes.
Right?
And you get the enriched uranium out, and then they go boom boom, and you go back to war anyways. Exactly.
like even if Vahidi and Ghalibaf sign the deal, and I've talked about this scenario before, where I've said, okay, let's assume that Ghalibaf and Vahidi sign not Vahidi, Ghalibaf and Arakchi, let's say they sign the deal. The IRGC goes rogue and refuses to honor the deal, which then gives the United States the justification to go and exterminate the IRGC. Once the IRGC is exterminated, what's stopping the Iranian people from rising up to take over the country? Because the IRGC isn't there anymore to suppress them.
Exactly.
So the IRGC that was created, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which was created back in 1979 by the mullahs, by the Islamic regime, to protect the Islamic regime, now, today, 47 years later, I think is actually going to be the downfall of the Islamic regime. Because I cannot see Vahidi and the IRGC honoring any sort of deal, especially if now you're saying that the office of Mujtaba is now aligning with Ghalibaf because they're afraid of the IRGC. Well, there's probably a reason they're afraid of the IRGC, which means they can't be controlled. Because ultimately, the IRGC is loyal to Khamenei, who's dead now. And Khamenei kept on saying, we're not going to negotiate. We're not going to sign anything. Nuclear, is our right, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the guy's dead, but they're still worshiping him like a dead person. So yeah, even if something was signed, there's no way that Ghalibaf can control the IRGC, and they're going to go rogue.
Yeah, that's why United States will have plenty of opportunity. Let them, if we are going to get a deal, this is going to be a surrender deal. The reason why it's going to be a surrender deal is two reasons. First of all, giving up the enriched uranium means that the Islamic Republic has given up its most important card, so it's completely vulnerable. And giving up the enriched uranium also means that many pro-regime Iranians will lose faith in the regime. So it's like the most ultimate. This is why so many pro-regime analysts in Iran are very correct right now that they're saying this is the death of us. This deal is the death of us. And then once the Islamic Republic is this vulnerable after this deal, then United States and Israel, or just Israel, will be able to go and finish the job and attack the Islamic Republic as much as they want, knowing that the Islamic Republic has lost its most important deterrent capability, and the Americans will get plenty of excuses to do so without looking like they're violating the deal, because the IRGC just can't help itself. The IRGC will do something at some point that will be considered. Like, guys, part of the deal is this: no Islamic Republic funding for terrorist groups. Who thinks that's gonna happen? So you just need, guys, and okay, look at this. Strait of Hormuz will be open. So after the enriched uranium is already downblended, you just need one drone to go towards a commercial ship, and then the Americans could come back with full force. You just need $1 of Islamic Republic to go to, I don't know, the Houthis or anything. And we're like, okay, we're gonna rain hell upon you. There you go, violation. I mean, do you think Mujtaba and Ghalibaf could control the entirety of the IRGC? Of course not. So yeah, this is great. This is the best deal. I love it. And again, it's not based on trust. It's based on observable, verifiable behavior of the Islamic Republic. It's beautiful. It's genius. Okay. And then, I do have some messages. Ali found these for me. Look at this. Let me see. Okay, look at this. I was going to show you these later, but because I want to show you that Goldie is always right, let me show it to you now. Okay. Let's go over here. And let me also flip myself. So these are in Telegram groups, and there's so many comments like this. So guys, if I translate this, it's not going to translate it very well because it translates Pezeshkian into doctors. Let me actually do it in English. See, it's not translating it well. They're saying, okay, I'll read it properly. Okay, so guys, this is in IRGC affiliated Telegram accounts. Okay, and it's filled with comments like this right now. So these are pro-regime Iranians, right? It's saying, hey people, come to the aid of the country. Ghalibaf, Arakchi, and Pezeshkian are selling the country with both hands. Hey people. Oh my God. Right. And the reason why it's not they translate, it says doctors. Pezeshkian means doctor, so it's translating Pezeshkian to doctors here. It should have translated Ghalibaf to carpet weaver.
Yeah.
But
it does sometimes on YouTube, but
oh, it does. Guys, let me see. There's more. Guys, and it's like Ali is my friend. He always goes into these groups and he's doing what I used to do. He goes and finds these and sends them to me. Let me show you another one. Ooh, Goldie, you're gonna love this. Okay. So guys, look at this. These are exactly the people we told you about. So Nabavian and Sabiti are people of the Paidari camp. These are both members of parliament that are part of the Paidari camp. Okay, so this person, again, this is another pro IRGC person in Telegram accounts for IRGC. He's saying the words of, let me do it in English. It will be wrong, but I'll fix it when I'm reading it. So the words of Nabavian and Sabati are scaring us because they're warning us that this is a bad deal. Saying whether we want or not, we will pour out our anger at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. These people, these pro-regime people, are saying that if a deal like this is signed, we're going to come out into the streets against the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? So they're threatening the regime. They're threatening the government. Okay, let me do. Okay, let me just do one more.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab like a water or something. I'll be right back. But you continue. I'm listening.
Can you just watch this? Just
Okay.
this one. Just
Okay.
one more. Okay, one. Okay. And then you go. Look at this, Goldie. ما باختیم. صحبتی ندارم. So this guy, we lost. I have nothing to say. There you go. There you go. Okay,
Inside the Islamic regime, they're viewing this as a loss.
Yeah.
Right? For 47 years, the Islamic regime has been chanting death to America and America's the great Satan and we're not going to deal or negotiate with them ever, blah, blah, blah. We're fighting the path of jihad and Islam and whatever. And look where they are now.
Yes. Exactly. Guys, look at this. Okay. Guys, what did I tell you? What bombardments bombardments couldn't achieve, the negotiations did. Remember, these are the exact words that I repeated here many times. What did I say? I said bombardments is not going to convince these people that they've lost. Did you not hear that? Tell me you did not hear that. I said bombardments is not going to convince these people that they lost. I told you economic pressure is not going to convince these people that they're lost. I told you that the negotiations and the ceasefire is what is needed for these people to come out and say, we lost. And we cannot just make them lose. We need to convince them it's important for us to win. It is not just enough to win. They have to think that we won. For them to lose, it's not just enough for them to lose. They have to get convinced that they have lost. And the ceasefire and the negotiations that has made these people say that we have lost. These people, no matter how many times you bomb these people, they will not say that we have lost. No matter how poor these people get, no matter how hungry these people get, these people will not come and say we have lost. We need to tell them, we need them to say we have lost. But getting them to sign this surrender deal, the humiliation, that is what convinces these people. That is what gets these people to come out and say we have lost. That's why this ceasefire was necessary. That is why these negotiations were necessary. This is why these people shout, Hayat min nazalat! No to this humiliation, because they fear humiliation more than they fear death. Because death would not do to them what humiliation does. And President Trump is humiliating them. And here's the evidence. It's beautiful. Okay.
Wow. The internal meltdown is a beautiful thing to see, but that's why, you and I and others, we kind of know what's going on. But I think for many people who don't get that insider look into the Islamic regime and their supporters itself. You need to understand this, and you need to have this information in order to make like a proper assessment of the entire situation, right? So when and what's really interesting, Armin, is that there are certain like Western analysts or journalists or people who have Trump derangement syndrome, and they're going around and they're saying that, oh, if President Trump signs a deal, that means that President Trump is admitting loss or defeat or something. Meanwhile, it's literally the exact opposite. President Trump forcing the Islamic regime to sign a deal that's terrible for the Islamic regime, that's a huge loss for a totalitarian Islamic dictatorship whose very core and essence, right from the beginning, starting with the American hostage crisis, has been death to America and, America's the great Satan. Like, this is a huge blow for the Islamic regime.
Exactly. Yeah. Because Goldie, these people will not come and listen to you and me. These people, right? They need to hear this from Sabiti and Nabavia, right? This is why we say to everybody this year. This is why we say that Goldie, didn't we tell everybody here that the Paidari camp people are working in our favor because we can convince the pro-regime people that they're losing, and they need to hear it from their own people, from their own. And this is why the most hardcore ideological Durka jihadi minded, they're insistent on no flexibility to the Americans, has been the greatest weakness of the Islamic Republic, because any capitulation to the Americans is these people from the Paidari camp will come out and say to their followers that we have lost. This is bad for us. And this is why they're doing, in the same way that Western media is spreading the propaganda of the Islamic Republic to a Western audience, the Paidari camp is doing that for us. And we're not even paying them. They're doing that for free.
Armin, do you want to translate that message there? One of
Yes.
Your Iranian viewers wrote something in Persian.
Oh yeah, افتادن به جون هم. Yeah. They're at each other's throats. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Like that's what we're seeing on the Iranian side, right? So all of us Iranians, we're literally seeing the Islamic regime افتادن به جون هم. Exactly. So they're like, they're at each other's throats, and they're literally, the infighting has gone to an extreme level right now, and there's huge panic now around this entire 24 hours, who's like signing the deal, really? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
Yes. Oh my god, it's so fun to watch this. I have more of this, some examples of what the Islamic Republic supporters were saying when southern Iran, the Islamic Republic assets in southern Iran was being bombed by the United States. I could show that later, but I do want to go back to President Trump, because President Trump posted this beautiful video of the United States strength. This is a TV ad that is called Peace Through Strength, which is like, guys, so many young Americans are joining the army. Like, it's like the highest numbers ever. And this ad is just so beautiful. So let's watch this together. I thought, let me see if I could full screen it. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, guys, this video, if you're American and watch this, and if this doesn't make you proud to be American, I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, so Americans, watch this, and if it needs, I got goosebumps. Okay, I got goosebumps watching this. So watch this. Oh my god, this is so good. It made me want to go join the army. It just made me like, oh my god, I want to go join the army. Watch this.
America's military is unmatched. Projecting power, denying passage to adversaries, and protecting our interest at the time and place of our choosing. America is winning.
we will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. It's called peace through strength. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. Through our power and might, we will lead the world to peace. Our friends will respect us, our enemies will fear us, and the whole world will admire the unrivaled greatness of the United States military. If you attack the United States of America, we will hunt you down and we will find you.
Decisively, devastatingly, and without mercy.
God bless you. God bless our armed forces. God bless our men and women serving overseas. And God bless the United States of America.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, guys, did you also see? Did you also see something here? Hold on, what is this? Not dragging. There was a part of it that was important to us. I don't know if you guys noticed. It's already in. Yeah. But here, look at this part. Where was it? Something relevant to us was seen. Oh, look at this! What is this? Oh, what is that? Okay, I wonder when was this recorded? I don't know. Is this a new video? Is this a new footage? Where did they get this from? Is that the Strait of Hormuz? Wow. But is that dangerous? Look at them. They're so close to it. It's 3 of them here.
They're very brave. They're very, very brave. I'm going to say that.
Oh my god, guys! And like when this part, you're like, oh, what is that? What is that? Is this a Strait of Hormuz? Is this a recent video? I wonder. Okay, so let me see how much time do we have. Oh my god, we're getting close to our Q&A period. So let me go through some important videos. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to show you some of the other Durka butthurt comments in the IRGC Telegram channels. But look at this. This is a new video. I mean, it's not a new video, but it has newly surfaced video from. So let me just read it. A protester raised and waved the lion and sun flag atop a road sign in Fulachar, Isfahan province. The footage was recorded during the January protests and was recently sent to the Iran International. So, guys, this is some of the videos that were recorded in the early January Lion and Sun uprising revolution. Keeps coming out. I think every time we get a new one, it's important to watch them so we never forget what happened in early January, right? And this one is epic. Let's watch this together. I love you. Okay. Another update I have from you guys is that I received a new video from inside Iran regarding Iranian people are wanting to get armed. This one was in. This person wrote this in broad daylight on the road. Hold on. So yeah, this was really risky because he went in public in broad daylight and wrote "Arm us" on the road. Okay, so this is one of the risky, like a really risky one. I mean, actually, the first one that I posted from that woman, that was one of the most riskiest ones too. But look at, guys, this campaign is continuing, the Arm Us campaign. And let me just play it for you guys to see it. And guys, look at it. It's very obviously in Iran. This is the Islamic Republic flag. You can see the cars are very obviously from inside Iran. And also you can see from the signs that this is obviously from inside Iran. So let me just play it for you guys. And let me also put the link in the chat. Given that this person risked everything to send this video out to the world, asking to get armed so that the Iranian people could fight, I do ask you to please take a second and repost it on X, retweet it, repost it, because like the Iranian people, they need their voices to be amplified. Like, I think the Americans and Israelis are doing a really amazing job weakening the Islamic Republic. But on top of weakening the Islamic Republic, we need to empower the Iranian people. And I think the best way to empower the Iranian people is by arming the Iranian people. And also, something I need to add every time I say this, I think it's very important. Arming the Iranian people needs to be done with collaboration with Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team. No other way would work. No other way of arming the Iranian people would work. It needs to be organized. It needs to be planned. It needs to be vetted. They need to be trained. And it needs to be done with their information and their collaboration and their leadership. So let me play this video for you guys.
Please arm the Iranian people. این آخرین نبرد پهلوی برمیگرده. پاینده ایران.
So he says, please arm the Iranian people in English. And then he said in Persian, این آخرین نبرد پهلوی برمیگرده, which means that this is the final battle. Pahlavi will return. And then he says پاینده ایران, which means long live Iran. Okay, so I'll just post the link to this one more time. So he took all the risk. And you guys could just share it. That's all you need to do. And I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's see. Well, this is a new update. Let me see if there's any other new updates that we need to pay attention to before we go to the next. So, guys, I see we got a lot of super chats. The Q&A is going to start really soon. Just let me show. Okay, we got two updates. Yes, so here. Just these two updates, and then we'll go to the Q&A. Okay, so Iran's foreign ministry spokesman said on Sunday, this is Baghai, by the way, said on Saturday, Tehran should receive payment for services it provides in the Strait of Hormuz, adding that the release of Iran's block funds would be an integral part of any agreement. So, guys, this is actually really good. You know, when they say payment for services, do you know what it means? Let me translate that for you guys. Does anybody know how to translate this? Saying Iran's, let me read this again. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman said on Saturday that Tehran should receive payment for services it provides in the Strait of Hormuz, adding that the release of Iran's blocked funds would be an integral part of any agreement. No, Benny, not that exact. No, you guys are saying tolls. Exactly not that. So payment for services means that they're giving up on tolls. So you guys are saying tolls. He's not saying tolls. He's saying payment for services. This is them. No, this is not tolls. This is them capitulating. Tolls is something that you collect just for passing by. This is payment for services. So no services, no payment. This is them capitulating. They're trying to have their cake.
So I kind of disagree because payment for services, what they've said is that, like environmental services or things like that. So basically, they're trying to remove the word toll and they're trying to replace it with services in order to justify collecting fees. So it's basically just like they're just playing around with the language to try and make it seem as if this is legitimate. So it's not an actual backtrack. Payment for services means like, the service is required to, I don't know, keep the Strait of Hormuz clean or maintained or whatever. So anyone who's like passing through has to pay for the services that the Islamic regime provides to maintain the Strait of Hormuz. That's what it means.
Well, I mean,
just
I know
a different word for toll, basically.
I mean, I know what they're doing. They're trying to pretend that they're not backtracking, but the Islamic Republic supporters, they are losing their mind over this language. I know what this is doing to the regime supporters. They think this is the Islamic Republic way of being flexible to the American. So whatever this is, the regime supporters are hating this language. I'm basically giving this information based on what I'm seeing is happening within the Islamic Republic. And this change of language, because we know the Americans are not going to allow the Islamic Republic, they're going to see it as a violation if people have to pay to go through the Strait of Hormuz. And we also know that the Islamic Republic knows that the Americans will see this as a violation. So Islamic Republic doesn't have the upper hand to be able to force this on Americans. So if there is supposed to be any deal, the Islamic Republic knows that they cannot force a toll on the Strait of Hormuz, because then the Americans will be like, okay, you violated the deal, so let's go back to military operations. So given that I know that the Islamic Republic knows that they don't have the upper hand, they have to ease into it. I mean, they're trying to. I'm not saying they're going to be successful, because if ships go through the Strait of Hormuz without paying anything, then the regime supporters are going to lose their mind. Like, what the hell happened? I think the Islamic Republic is trying to not basically signal to the Americans that let us ease into this. Guys, this is not about trust. None of this is about trust. President Trump has come up with a genius framework that everything is based on verification and behavior. And the Islamic Republic knows that. So the reason why I say that this is the Islamic Republic's attempt to ease into what President Trump's, even if they are not able to eventually, maybe they are, maybe they are. We will all see it. But the reason why I know that this is the Islamic Republic's attempt to ease into it is because they know that they were not going to be able to get a deal if they want to collect tolls on the Strait of Hormuz. And that's why they're changing their language. I mean, you can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, the Americans are going to tell you that you violated the deal, and they have the military power and you don't. So you could say, if you want to collect tolls just because, is it possible that the Americans we're going to sit back and like, okay, you can't collect tolls, and the Islamic Republic is going to be like, we're going to collect tolls and we're going to call it payment for services, and then Americans are like, oh no, you're calling it something else, so we can't attack you. Of course, the Americans are going to be like, that's BS. This is violations. Here comes some boom booms. So playing with words doesn't work with the Americans. It does work with the regime supporters. That's the way I see it. Saying, I mean, apparently it's not working for them either, to be honest. they're saying right through it, saying to receive payments. It's not like they can fool President Trump with these word games, right? So receive payments for services it provides. Okay, let's continue. Ismail Baghai said the sides had agreed that the nuclear issue and related matters would not be addressed at this stage, with the focus instead placed on ending the war and issues related to Lebanon. So this Lebanon thing is basically like really devastating them, right? Like, they cannot, this is so good because the issues with Lebanon means that if the Israel keeps pounding Hezbollah, then the regime supporters are going to be like, oh my God, like we couldn't even stop the American and the Zionists to attack Hezbollah. So that means that there is no way for the Islamic Republic to get any deal that will satisfy the regime supporters, right? So he also said the presence of foreign military bases and forces in the region must come to an end. Sure, buddy, sure. Is it going to be in the deal? The spokesman described Iran's measures to manage safe traffic through the Strait of Hormuz as both a step to protect its national security and an effort serving the broader interest of the international community. Guys, another reason why I know that this is a way to get out of the toll situation is because Araghchi came out and said it. Araghchi came out on state TV and he said, guys, we can't actually collect tolls. He said that. So they are trying to tell the regime supporters that we lied to you and all of this is delusional. They are easing into it. And then President Trump, again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, because IRGC is not going to sit back and watch the Araghchi and Baghai and Ghalibaf just be like, okay, yeah, go through without any tolls. So, but they are trying. It's an attempt. It doesn't mean it's going to work. So we have a new update here. So Trump says Iran deal to be signed Sunday, warns of ultimate alternative if it fails. Okay, so this is just basically addressing the Truth Social that we just read. Because it's now our Q&A time and I need a bio break, what if we get everybody on the same page by watching this great update, 5-minute update from Fox News, and then I'll do my bio break and be right back. Okay.
Sounds good.
Follow whether or not there will be an Iran peace deal with negotiations back and forth. And we heard from President Trump that he was saying that we've never been closer. We actually heard also from the Pakistani prime minister who is mediating this, saying that a deal's never been closer. Some of the Iranian news media downplaying it. But the president and the White House put out essentially what's in this deal that we believe is at hand. And you can take a look at it here. You see nuclear material will be destroyed and removed. Strait of Hormuz will be opened. Nuclear program will be dismantled. That's a big one right there. That's a red line that President Trump demands is in there. There will be no Iran funding of terrorist groups. Think Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis, and none of their money released until they perform. Remember, he said, no dust, no dollars.
Yeah, and it appears that the basic outlines of this potential memorandum of understanding is that there will be a 30-day period where the United States and Iran stop fighting. They end the essential kinetic action that's taking place right now, and they would reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and then it would go to a 60-day period where the real negotiations would begin to finalize a nuclear deal. And that's where sanctions relief could take place. No money up front, but if Iran does things like decommission their nuclear sites, they receive relief. If they give up their...
By the way, guys, please also remember that we might go to full-on military operations in a few hours, like anytime. Like, remember that none of this means that this deal, like, we're considering a possibility of a deal, given that we're getting signs of the Islamic Republic that they're desperate now. But none of this is like we might get military operations, full-scale military operations in an hour, tomorrow, a week from now, anytime within the 60 days, and even after a deal is signed. Okay, so just be prepared for anything that could happen. Okay.
Enriched uranium, they would receive even more economic benefit. So essentially, it would. I mean, this deal would sort of be treating Iran like a toddler. You know what I mean? Like where you act a certain way, you get rewarded for your good behavior.
Yes. No. This is you get your treat. You get your tiny little treat. Once we get the dust, give up the dust, and I give you tiny treat, just a tiny little, just a taste. But only once you give up the dust. Only when the Strait of Hormuz is fully open, you get a tiny little taste of everything that we took away from you.
And certainly a reminder of, from the beginning, President Trump's initial purpose and the reason that he has stated throughout this entire process has been.
Guys, think about this. Think about this. Think about this. This is so much cheaper than military operations, right? So people are like, oh no, why are we giving them? I don't know how much is that, $24 billion. This is, you already took hundreds of billions of dollars from them. And this is so much cheaper than the military operations required to go get the enriched uranium. And more important, it's cheaper for the Americans. It's cheaper for Iranians because less of the infrastructure is going to get damaged. And it also, less American soldiers' lives is put at risk. This is a win-win-win. This is amazing. If it happens, I'm not saying it will happen, but if it happens, it's the oh my God, it's the most cost-efficient, safest way, and most humiliating to the Islamic Republic way of getting the dust.
The removal of Iran's ability to get a nuclear weapon. Last night, Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg spoke to Fox News on Hannity last night. This is what he had to say about that.
I'm just shocked, absolutely shocked, that a lot of Americans don't see this. It's not for our generation. This is a generation of our kids and our grandkids as well. And we've got to ensure that we have peace in the Middle East. And it will change the dynamics of the Middle East for decades to come when we do get rid of the enriched uranium, when we do stop developing a nuclear weapon. And that's what we want to do. And that's what President Trump is determined to do. So I have great confidence he's going to get it done.
And obviously, we spent a lot of time talking about the political fallout and the political problems that come with something like this. But it is a reminder that this is one of the gutsiest political moves, or not political moves, but one of the gutsiest things in politics that we've ever seen a president do. No president, no politician would ever seek to do something this big in an election year. Election years, politicians don't do anything because they're so afraid of what the ramifications could be. But President Trump looked at this and said, I'm not going to stand by and have my children and future Americans have to deal with a nuclear armed Iran. And so he took it on in the middle of his second term, midterm. And it appears right now, if this is true, that it will be a massive payoff.
Well, that's right. And not only is he taking it on, which you rightly point out, he's shown a great amount of patience in trying to get there without going fully gloves off, which he has said, look, I might have wanted to do it, but I'm going to try and get there the peaceful way. Meanwhile, while he's saying that and demonstrating the patience, and you heard General Kellogg there talking about future generations posing a threat versus peace. Remember, we just had a week or so ago, the world's top nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, put out a warning about the enriched uranium stockpiles that exist in Iran. And that's not just a threat to America. It's a threat to the whole Middle East and Europe and the world.
Yeah, no doubt. And, what General Kellogg said is a very important point, because Iran obtaining a nuclear weapon is bad in and of itself. But also, if they do, then every other Middle Eastern country would be rushing to get one. We'd be in a nuclear arms race, the likes of which we've never seen before. And, President Trump has taken criticism up and down from both sides of the aisle for everything he's done. People saying he isn't going hard enough. People saying he's going too hard. You should pull back. This deal is never going to cross the finish line. We don't know if it will or not, but one thing is very clear is that Iran is a much weaker nation right now than they were in February, and that's a very good thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing that Lieutenant General Kellogg pointed out, that, that any way you look at it, the strong hand is still on the side of the United States, even in the middle of an election year, because, as you point out, the country has been so decimated, the military abilities have been so decimated.
Absolutely.
And
okay, let's go to Q&A. Okay, let's see, guys. Oh my God, it's gonna kick me out. Is it gonna kick me out? Yeah, no, I'm here, guys. We're still here.
I'm telling you, it's like I don't know, it's on a weird pattern. It's like every other episode it kicks you out. I have no idea why.
Okay. So tomorrow will kick me out then.
Tomorrow will probably kick you out.
Okay. All right, guys, let's see. Thank you guys for all the super chats and also for the question and the kind support. So Justin with the super chat saying Salam چطوری؟ من خوبم مرسی شما چطوری؟ Keep the faith, everyone. Everything's going to work out in the end. May not be how we hoped, may not be when we hoped, but it will happen. Stay strong, never give up. Hayande Iran. Oh my God, perfect message. I don't need to add anything to that. It was 10 out of 10. No comments needed. It was glorious, fantastic. Thank you so much, Justin. What a
Thank you,
beautiful
Justin.
comment. Right.
What a great way to start the questions and comments. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Bill Herman, I love your last name because your last name is the Latin version of my first name. Bill Herman saying, know who Steve Bannon is? Yes, I do. He said this war is a fiasco because says Netanyahu and our intelligence convinced Trump to attack Iran. Yeah, so Steve Bannon, isolationist, anti-Israeli, anti-Jewish, scumbag. Don't listen to him. These people have it. If any United States has the upper hand, go look into Israel right now. Right now, in the elections are coming up in Israel. Everybody's complaining that United States is. It's interesting because the anti-Trump people in United States are saying that Trump is being controlled by Netanyahu, but in Israel, the people who are speaking against Netanyahu, they're saying Netanyahu is being controlled by United States, and it's all about interest and power. Like both countries are doing exactly what they need to be doing based on what their interests are and what their mutual aligned interests are, and how much leverage and power they have. Both of them are acting completely rationally.
I think it's also important to point out, Armin, that Iran is when it comes to geopolitics, Iran and the Islamic regime, that's expert mode. And of course, because Iran is trending in the media, there are a lot of podcasters or whoever, I don't know, who have big platforms, and they assume that just because they have a large platform that they're an expert on the topic. So I personally don't really pay attention to what these podcasters say. Like I literally don't care. Like I don't care how big they are or whatever. And I know many of you come here because even though our channels are much smaller, but we are providing you with the real information and the real analysis, because both Armin and myself, we are experts when it comes to Iran and the Islamic regime. So, these people can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, those people are putting out shows or podcasts or whatever because, they're making money off of the situation and Iran is trending right now. Whereas people like Armin and myself, we have been speaking about Iran, raising awareness about Iran, raising awareness about the Iran people's fight to overthrow the Islamic regime for decades, right? Well before it was popular. So again, everyone out there is going to have an opinion, but just because someone has a very big platform doesn't necessarily mean that they're correct. Mm-hmm. And I personally, I don't even pay attention to these people because they're not qualified to speak on Iran. So who cares what they say? But everyone's going to have an opinion, and unfortunately, right now, the anti-Israel grift is very profitable. That's why a lot of these people are, going towards the whole anti-Israel thing.
Exactly. Goldie, you have a Rumble rant.
Oh, I have a Rumble rant. Okay, let me go to the Rumble rant.
Thank you, Who That Nation Girl.
Yes, thank you. Let me bring up the Rumble rant. Oh, I see it. Okay, so it's from Tulkor. Yeah, the Rumble rants are so weird because if I pop out the chat, will it show up? There we go. Okay. Let me see if I can. How do I share this? I don't know how to share this. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do a screenshot. Yeah, guys, you know what's so weird is that even when someone does a Rumble rant, it doesn't even show up in the live stream, which is just so bizarre. I don't know. There's some issue with StreamYard, which is kind of frustrating. But thank you so much, Hudat National Gal. Okay, let me bring up Tulkor's Rumble rant. Oh, let me just change the layout for a moment. Okay, so Tulkor says, don't stop thinking, Armin. At his rate, you're going to have your name mentioned in the same breaths as Morad Besi if you keep this up. If not
No,
already.
no,
I
no,
agree.
no.
I agree.
No, 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 no. I
Armin's
would never
fantastic.
be. Thank you.
And thank you, Tulkor.
Guys,
Thank you, Tulkor, for the Rumble
no,
rant.
no. Don't let it get to my head. Don't let it get to my head. So thank you. That's very simple. That's very sweet. Okay. Oh my God. Somebody insult me so my ego doesn't get boosted. Okay, thank you. Okay. Fleshy Interloper, thank you so much for the super chat saying for the counter. Yeah, it was working. Thank you for the counter. That's good. And then we have Mr. Mag 82 for the super chat saying Goldie, check your mic input. Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did. I think my mic input is fine. It might be an audio issue on your end because afterwards I did go and I opened up like the live stream on YouTube, and I kind of went back and I was listening to my own voice and the microphone was working fine. So I think whatever the issue was might have been fixed. But thank you.
Thank you for looking after us. And Mr. Mag again saying, Goldie, I'm sorry, but I believe we had you through the laptop mic. Okay, not the big one. Sorry again, and thank you both for everything. Don't be
No
sorry.
worries. No need to apologize. All's well that ends well. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. It's always good to double check.
Yes, you were helping out. Thank you so much for helping out. And Valerie is saying, I believe Trump is actually a mentalist. He sends the he sends the Islamic Republic illusions. Yeah, true. Like, and for my next trick, I'm going to make you give up your enriched uranium willingly. Wow. Yes. Yes. And then we have what is this? So selectivist with a super chat. Thank you so much. Saying, let's say Trump is playing 5D underwater chess with no hands. I want to believe it. If the US president is a Democrat, IRGC will come on top. No? Yes, for sure. Yeah, guys, even if you don't like President Trump, even if you're against him and you don't think his policy is good right now, again, and I'm saying like I'm not saying trust, I'm just saying verify, right? I'm going to verify. I'm saying if this happens, if that happens, okay? So everything I'm saying is conditional on the results, right? But what we do know is whether you agree with President Trump or disagree with President Trump, and if you think there was a better way to do this or no, this is the best way to do it, I think most of us here could agree that this is by far better than having a Democrat in office for what's happening in Iran, and the Islamic Republic wouldn't be this damaged right now if there was a Democrat in office. I think we could agree on that, right? We agree on that. And then we got another super chat here by Fleshy Interloper saying, "Wait and see for more." Yes. Yeah, exactly. We'll see. Guys, so far, so many people kept on complaining, like, what is this happening? What is that happening? Why is that not going this way? And all of this time, the Islamic Republic has gotten weaker and weaker and weaker every day. So we're going in the right direction. Just watch what's happening. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we could judge based on what we're seeing so far. We are moving in the right direction. Joe with a super chat saying, analysis indicates that the spent fuel at Bushehr could contain roughly 200 bombs worth of weapons. The spent fuel, unusable plutonium if reprocessed. Thoughts? Oh, roughly. Okay, so you're talking about the enriched uranium. So here's the thing: the deal that President Trump seems to be going with is not just the removal. If this is not processed, you're talking about uranium that hasn't been enriched. So the deal that President Trump is coming up with, if we get to it, requires the removal of the already existing enriched uranium, but also the destruction, the dismantling of the enrichment capability of the Islamic Republic. And that is not based on trust. That's based on verification, right? So whatever they have there, that would also be included in the deal. Oh, you said plutonium? Usable plutonium? I haven't heard that if they have that or not uranium. I haven't heard that. And I think that if this was a big threat, the Israelis, the Mossad would know about it, and they would be bringing it up a lot. I don't think this is something that is as big of a deal as the enriched uranium that they already have and their enrichment processing abilities. Maybe I'm wrong about this, because I think if this was a big deal, you would expect the Israelis to be, raising alarm about it, because they would have that information and telling us that we should be focusing on this more. That's how I judge it. Like, can you imagine this actually being a huge deal and Israelis knowing about it and being silent about it, or like not knowing about it? It's hard to imagine that. But maybe I'm wrong. I'll correct myself if that's the truth, if it's different. General Patton, thank you so much for the super chat, saying even if the regime doesn't completely collapse during the Trump administration, there's a big chance that it will during the Rubio administration. Yeah, true. I mean, even if it doesn't during the Trump administration, the Islamic Republic has been gutted. It has been gutted, and all of its deterrence has been taken away for it. So we are basically seeing the beginning of the collapse. So how long this collapse is going to last, we don't know, right? But it's really difficult for the Islamic Republic to recover from this, if not impossible. Justin with a super chat saying, I just realized something. It's entirely possible we're about to get in a situation where the Islamic Republic leadership signs a deal, but IRGC goes rogue and refuses to sign, which would cause boom booms to return. That's exactly, Justin. That's what we're saying. And this could happen while the Islamic Republic is trying to get a deal, or while Ghalibaf and Mujtaba are trying to get a deal, and it could also happen after, preferably after. Guys, I'm actually hoping that there is no. I know a lot of you want like boom booms, but let me convince you. I actually prefer no boom booms until the deal is signed. I hope somehow Ghalibaf and Mujtaba can get the IRGC to back down until there's a deal signed and the enriched uranium leaves Iran, and then go to boom booms, because then we have pulled out the most important thief, like we have disarmed them from their most important card. So boom booms, as much as we enjoy military, honestly, if tomorrow we all of a sudden have so many military operations, I'm gonna get excited. We're gonna bring down, me and Goldie and I, we're gonna bring out our boom boom bingo sheet card, and we're like, oh my god, who are we gonna take out? So I'm gonna get really excited. Obviously, how can we not? The oppressors of our people are going to go be cutleted. However, to be honest with you guys, it would be so much, it would be as exciting as that is, it would be so much better if we could somehow make this trap work. It's so much better if we could get them to just give up their enriched uranium, and then after that go to boom booms. Why not? Then so many American soldiers wouldn't have to risk their lives to try to get the enriched uranium out. That would be better. That would be a better option. Yeah, Texas trip is tomorrow would be amazing, But do you guys see this vision? Do you guys see what's happening with at least attempted? Do you guys see what's being attempted? Do you see why this delay is actually in our favor? Let me know if you see what I'm seeing here, what we're seeing here. And we have super backers saying Armin, no. Okay, Armin revolution of Iran, Armin only if it means the guardian of the Aryan land, which also means Iran. So, but we're not rebranding Iran Revolution Live, not Armin. Okay. So, Goldie, did you know Armin means the guardian of Iran? Armin
Oh,
means the guardian. Yeah.
what a cool
Or-
name.
yeah. Yes. Uh, President Trump.
You know what? It suits you very well.
Really? Aw, I always wanted to live up to that name. Okay, but thank you. Okay, so President Trump created a narrative where the media has no choice than speak the truth, to speak the truth. The current narrative does not make sense and makes all the so-called experts look stupid. Yeah, I mean, especially guys. Oh yeah, think about this, guys. If President Trump manages to get the Islamic Republic to give up the enriched uranium, you know how much fun we're gonna have laughing at all of these so-called experts talking about, oh, President Trump is not doing, like, wouldn't that be glorious? Wouldn't it be so, we're gonna have so much fun with that. Oh my god, I can't wait, seriously. Somebody needs to go clip all of those out and bring it out so that we could just play it and point and laugh at them. Don B, thank you so much for this. Don B, Jesus is live. Thank you so much for the super chat saying, Gold, do you want to read this? It's directed at you.
Sure, Goldie, how do we even know who is alive at this point? No one has seen any of these people except Arakchi. So they're alive. They're hiding in bunkers. Once in a while, they'll come out and they'll do like a TV appearance or something. But I mean, we assume that they're alive until we have, like proof of death. The only person that we really don't know if they're alive or not is Khamenei. Although Marco Rubio, President Trump, and Pete Hegseth have all confirmed that he is alive in some way, shape, or form, is what they say. But he is severely injured, so probably missing a leg or an arm. Maybe he's disfigured. Maybe he's in a coma. We have no idea. But we have not seen any proof of life of the current supreme dictator, the third supreme dictator of the Islamic regime. That is very weird. That is very weird.
Perfect. Exactly. Okay, so we got another super chat from Kevin saying, are the Kurdish rebels being armed by Israel and United States, or the Baluch rebels being armed by UAE, India, or US to help the Immortal Guard liberate Iran? So, guys, the Immortal Guards are not going to separate Iranians based on their ethnicity, right? So many times when people say Kurdish rebels and Baluch rebels, they're not talking about the Kurdish Iranians who are patriotic and to see themselves as Iranian first and Kurdish second. And they're not referring to the Baluchi Iranians who see themselves as Baluchi first, so Iranian first and Baluchi second. And the Immortal Guard is in line with Prince Reza Pahlavi's goal of seeing Iran as just one nation united to free Iran, to free their country, to liberate Iran. So the Immortal Guard is all about being Iranian rather than being about being Kurdish, Baluchi, Bakhtiyari, Azeri, or Persian. None of this is important. We're all Iranian fighting for the same goal to liberate our country. And any form of arming the Iranian people has to be under the management coordination and with talking to Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team. Any other plans that is not being done under the management and coordination of Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team will fail. There was an attempt by United States and Israel to arm the separatists. Again, I don't even want to call these people Kurdish because it's an insult to Kurdish, to patriotic Kurdish Iranians. Maybe we could call them Kurdish because that's how they call themselves. But yeah, that plan failed, and if you ask Goldie and I, we could have told you that this plan would have failed from the beginning. And no, UAE, India, and US are not doing. I mean, I hope they're not. That is not the right way to do this. Okay, the right way is to do this because you guys, if anything, if the Lion and Sun Revolution showed us anything, is that the Iranian people are united under the leadership of Prince Reza Pahlavi. So if you want to arm the Iranian people, you need to talk to their leader. And they have told you who their leader is. They have bled to be able to tell you who their leader is. They have wrote the name of their leader with their blood on the walls in Iran while they were being shot at. Right? Do you want to add anything to this, Goldie?
No, it's just yeah. I mean, this narrative of like the separatist narrative comes from the Islamic regime. It's like a divide and conquer strategy. Um,
Mhm.
like we don't separate ourselves as Iranians based on like which part of the country we're from or anything like that. Like we're all Iranian first. So the Kurdish rebels or whatever, they're not the Iranian ones. They're ones who are they're not Iranian. There are a few that are Iranian. They're basically remnants of like from 100 years ago where they were being funded and trained by the USSR because back when the USSR was in control, they were trying to bring Iran under the Iron Curtain, the way they had done with like Azerbaijan and Armenia and Georgia and all these other places. So the next target for them was Iran. So basically, they paid and they paid and trained people to pretty much try and divide and separate Iran at the time and bring Iran under the Iron Curtain. So all of these Kurdish rebels that you're referring to, they're all basically Marxist, socialist, communist, and their roots go back to the USSR. So they're basically all like traitors, and we don't recognize them.
Yeah, perfectly summarized, 100%. And then we have Fleshy Interloper. Thank you so much again, saying zero trust deal, only good deal. Exactly. This is a zero trust deal. It's all based on observable behavior. You don't need to. You should not trust the Islamic Republic. Perfectly summarized. Goldie, did you start this?
No.
Okay, maybe I started. Okay. Oh yeah, so Texas Trip was talking about maybe the messages that are coming from inside Iran asking to arm the Iranian people. Guys, again, I'm going to put it one more time in the chat. Is already got 300. Wow, guys, you got it from 100 retweets to 300. Thank you, guys. So I put the latest videos of the Armas campaign video that I received from inside Iran. Put it in the chat. If you haven't seen it or retweeted it, please help us amplify the voices that are coming out of Iran. And Goldie, I took your advice in the video. Like, I don't know if I showed you. Let me really quickly show you. So this is the video. And if you look at it, I put the watermark. Guys, I feel bad putting watermark on it because I feel like people are saying like, oh, Armin, you just want to take credit for this? Like, what is, like, is this the, like, but Goldie and you guys said like people need to know where the source is so they come for more.
Yeah,
so I made the
I think that's a great idea, and I'm glad that you're starting to do that.
Oh, okay. I feel bad, but this like it moves around as well.
Please arm the Iranian people.
Like, I mean, I would say like you can just keep it even simpler than that. Just put it right in the center of the video without it moving around.
Oh, okay.
Just put it in the center, and you have it at like, I don't know, 50% or 40% or 30% opacity or whatever, so that it doesn't cover what's behind it. And I think that would be perfect. But yeah, no, I think that's a great idea because that way people can know where to go to find more of these sorts of videos. 100% you should do that because the whole point of this is because like your channel is to raise awareness about what's happening in Iran. So how could people do that if they don't know where to go to find the original source, right?
Okay. Thank you for all the advice. I'm learning.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Barmustel. Thank you so much for the super chat. Saying congrats, Armin and Goldie. A new sun and lion is rising. Oh, thank you. A new sun and lion is rising. Thank you. And then we have D. Langley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Saying, well done, Armin. I was disappointed, and now I'm sharing and feel so much better. Okay, well, thank you. Goldie, time for your water break. I need a water break. Look at this. I have 3 cups of tea finished.
Oh wow.
And I'm on my 4th one just on this show. Okay, let me actually remove the tea bag from this one so I could get on my fourth cup of tea. Okay, there we go. And okay, and then we got another super chat, Fleshy Interloper, saying we just need the 999,999 Durkas to say we lost. Yes, I mean, no, we're not. Do we need that many? No, even half of them, even if half of them agree, that will cause infighting. In fact, maybe half of them would be enough so that they could fight each other over it. Thank you, Fleshy. Thank you for the support. Ian is saying, did I read that right? Yeah. Ian is saying, thank you for the super chat, saying deal should have a clause about harming civilians. I wish, yeah, I see your point. The thing is that the only, okay, let me make this. The only way to stop the Islamic Republic to stop harming the civilians is for the Islamic Republic to die. There is no deal that will get us there, right? So the deal should be designed to destroy the Islamic Republic rather than asking them to stop harming the civilians, because no deal that is asking the Islamic Republic to stop harming Iranian civilians will actually be able to do that. The deal should be designed, the fastest way we're going to get to saving the Iranian people from harm is to destroy the Islamic Republic. We cannot have an Islamic Republic that it's in power that has agreed to not harm the Iranian people. That would not work. And I think this deal is focusing on disarming the Islamic Republic to the point where we could completely get rid of them. Bill Herman, thank you for the super chat. So is saying, so with the comment, so is there an internal coup or has it started? Yeah, the internal coup has started more than a decade ago. We're already in a slow-moving coup. We have been in a slow-moving coup inside the Islamic Republic that is now escalating. The coup is what I refer to as the battle of the boots against the turbans. The boots have been trying to, ever since Ali Khamenei came into power, it was inevitable for us to eventually get to a point where the IRGC is going to try to replace the supreme leadership, because it's deterministic. One side has all the guns and most of the economy, and the other side doesn't. Obviously, at some point, the boots would be trying to completely take over. And now, with all of this military operations and Operation Midnight Hammer, the 12-Day War, and Epic Fury, and Roaring Lion, and most importantly than all of them, the Lion and Sun Revolution and the uprising of the Iranian people, all of that has now just escalated this coup. And the turbans, which is the office of the supreme leadership, is trying to defend itself against the IRGC. But it's very slow moving, but we're seeing it, but now it has sped up. Ehef, thank you so much for the super chat, saying I don't know if I pronounced that right, saying if a deal is signed and the regime tries to close the strait again in a few months, do you think the other Persian Gulf states will do something about it? The Persian Gulf states would not be able to do much about it. It's Israel and United States that would be able to get back in. I guess the Persian Gulf states could go begging to Israel and United States to do something about it. They can beg. They could beg the United States and Israel to come, like, Daddy, it's doing it again. Daddy, it's doing it again. It's doing it again. Something like that. Maybe they could beg. Ask the grown-ups to come and help out. Okay. Yes. All right. The Black Nothing with a super chat is saying, thank you so much for the super chat, saying this won't be over until the IRGC is gone. May God bless you and the brave Iranian people. True. Just need to add something to it. Okay. That's required. That is necessary for this to be over, but it's not complete. It's not everything. So the more complete version of that, it would be this. This won't be over until IRGC is gone and Pahlavi is back in Iran and Pahlavi is leading Iran. So guys, the day that the Islamic Republic, this is very important. Okay, this is a nuance that I want everybody here to know, and I want you to spread this far and wide. The revolution of the Iranian people against the Islamic Republic does not end on the day that the Islamic Republic has fallen. The day that we officially say that the Islamic Republic is no more is not the day that we could announce that the revolution is over and the Lion and Sun revolution has achieved full victory. Only the day that even the day that Princess of Pahlavi steps foot in Iran is still not the day that we could say that the revolution is over and that we have been victorious. Mission accomplished. No. This is the day that we could say that Iran is now under the leadership of Prince Reza Pahlavi. That is the day that we could say that the transitional period is now started and our revolution has ended. Our revolution has been victorious. That is the day. Very important difference, and and I want everybody here to understand that. But thank you, by the way. That is necessary, though. You're completely correct that is necessary for us to be victorious. And then we have Cheyenne celebrating 1 month of membership, saying thanks for helping us Iranians stay sane in this. Oh, thank you, Cheyenne.
That's why we're here. You know, Armin, we have a lot of viewers. We have a lot of Iranian viewers from all around the world who tune in to see what we have to say. And yeah, I get a lot of positive feedback. You know, a lot of viewers are like, you know, even those of us who maybe we don't watch it live, but you know, like at the end of the day after we're done work, like they're like we're addicted to your live stream. So we always have to watch Iran Revolution live to kind of like get the update and analysis on like what's going on.
That is so sweet. Thank you, guys. You know, Goldie, I think our viewers also help us stay sane. It's mutual benefit. Yeah, here. Absolutely.
Oh no, it's definitely it's a mutual relationship there.
Right.
It's trauma bonding. Trauma bonding.
Oh my God. Yes. Ian with another super chat. Thank you, Ian, saying, on eve of war, Trump spoke explicitly about uprising in language never repeated since. Does this at least indicate a thwarted, did I pronounce it right, plan A in this regard? Well, I think that the Americans were going for a sprint and they have switched from a sprint to a marathon. I think it made sense to see if they could just do a knockout in the Islamic Republic and get this over and done with fast. And I think the sprint option should have been experimented with. I think it doesn't make sense to just go with a marathon if this could have been, and you couldn't have tell if this was a sprint or a marathon if you started with a marathon. You had to try out the sprint, and then if the sprint was not the answer, then you switch to a marathon. What we do know is that we are on the right track and we're moving to our destination faster than ever before. And many of us are disappointed that the solution was not a sprint. But if it takes a marathon to get rid of the Islamic Republic, so be it. We got another super chat from George. Thank you so much, George, saying, fear no encounter. Oh, this is Latin. Goldie, do you know how to pronounce Latin words?
Yes. Well, I mean a little bit. Nullius pavet ocursum, which means fear no encounter.
Fear no encounter. Oh, I like that. Very powerful. And then we have Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, in the U.S. military, there is no second place when it comes to defending one's country. Love that. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. General Patton with a super chat saying, ever notice that the regime sends people to negotiate with the West that looked at Western as possible, looked as Western as possible, while the leadership all looked Durka. Exactly. Okay, and the pro-regime people hate that because they're like, you look like them, so you are one of them. And like, yes, you're a spy, you're one of them. But you're very good observation, General Patton. Casey with a super chat saying, found y'all on day 2. You've never been. Oh, you've been very accurate. Okay, I was like, what? I was like, you've never been very accurate. Like, then why have you been here all this time? I'm like, okay, no, you've been very accurate. Well, thank you. Like, almost misread that.
Thank you for being here with
Casey.
us from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh my God, how many days have you been here? You've been here for 166 days. That's crazy. Thank you, Casey. Alexia with a super chat saying, dear Goldie and Armin, thank you for always being the best big sister and big brother. All my love. Confetti. Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Alexia.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then we got another super chat here from Justin. Justin saying, thank you, Justin. Saying, oh my God, okay, I think I just figured it out. Ooh, what did you figure out? Trump not only wants to humiliate the Islamic Republic, he wants to humiliate Obama. Yeah. Accomplishing this only by military doesn't do that. Doing it through a deal that Obama couldn't accomplish does. That's a very interesting observation, Justin. I like that. Maybe you're right. Maybe that yeah, I can see that. I mean, if he does get it through a deal, it would be a much of an easier comparison. Like, look what my deal did and what his deal did. Perfect. Pokigo. Thank you for the super chat. Pokego. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Goldie. Say, is such turbulence now? We just RMB the number 1 golden rule. IRGC is evil and wicked. Stay calm and see what will happen. Here with you all in Taiwan. Taiwan. Oh my God. That's so. Guys, how do we say? Is there something to say in support of Taiwan? So we have Amizrael Chai. We have Slava Ukrainia. We have Cuba Libre. Huh?
Keep Taiwan free.
Keep Taiwan free.
Taiwan is the real China.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
No, it's true. But Taiwan is basically like what China would have been if China wasn't taken over by the Communist Party, because Taiwan is free. That's why the Communist Party is trying to take Taiwan.
Yes.
So keep Taiwan free.
Keep Taiwan free. Is there? Yes, that's correct. Is that something? Is there something Taiwanese that Taiwanese people say that we could repeat in support of Taiwan? Like, because we have Cuba Libre for Cuba, we have Slava Ukrainia for Ukraine, we have Amizrael Chai for Israel, and we have God bless America, or long live America for the United States.
I don't know. Keep Taiwan free.
But that's not Taiwan. Like, that's not the local language. I wanted to, because all of the other ones that we do is the language. Like we say Javid Shahpai, and they run in Persian. I was wondering if there's something in the local language that we could say. But we'll figure it out. There must be a common phrase, no?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, we'll find it. Add it to our list. And thank you for supporting us from Taiwan. And then we have another super chat by Selectivist. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is saying, so we have a small window of time for IRGC to collapse. If Dems Ahura Mazda forbid. I love that. Ahura Mazda forbid. If Dems win, Ahura Mazda guy, go like this. If you want to say like God forbid or Ahura Mazda forbid, go, oh no. Yeah. If Dems win the 2028 election. So that's why I think President Trump is in a rush, because remember I told you humiliating and disarming the Islamic Republic, there's three methods to it, right? Either you go and take it by force, or you get the Islamic Republic to surrender, or the third method is to do regime change and just get the new transitional government to give up the enriched uranium. President Trump is in a rush exactly for that reason. They tried the regime change method with a sprint. They now see it's a marathon rather than a sprint. But the disarming of the Islamic Republic has to be done before President Trump leaves office. The disarming of the Islamic Republic. And guys, if the Islamic Republic is disarmed and they lose all their shield, then honestly, even if we have a Democrat in office, we have disarmed the Islamic Republic to the point where Israel could finish the job. But I think that's why President Trump is in a rush to getting the Islamic Republic so bankrupt that they end up giving up their enriched uranium themselves is the only way to get this done before waiting for the collapse of the Islamic Republic. It's the only way to get this done without risking not getting this done before the Dems come to office. That's a very good point, by the way. Thank you. Okay, so let me rush through the rest one. Okay, so Skies on High, thank you for the super chat saying, how are the Iranian people eating? Do they have enough food in this situation? Or worry about this? Depends on what. So no, they don't. There's a lot of malnutrition happening, and children are suffering the most because of malnutrition. There are long-lasting damages to their body that is very hard to undo. And the way I describe it is that whoever was rich, like many people who used to be rich are now middle class. The people who used to be middle class are now poor. And the people who used to be poor, I don't know what they're doing, because it's really hard. It's really hard to even get in touch with them. And I don't know what the people who used to be poor, I think it's devastating what's happening to them right now. But everybody is eating less, and everybody is eating less quality food, which is leading to malnutrition. That's what's happening. And that's devastating, especially to children. KP for the super chat. Auntie K, thank you so much from Florida. Thank you so much. Saying, hey kids, what I read and understand. Goldie, look at that. Hey kids, yay. Okay, I feel like okay. Yes, Auntie K. What I read and understand, the boom stuff they have. Oh, the boom stuff they have. 60% divided equals 10 booms. 60% divided at 100%, they could make 100 booms. This is why they had to stop them. They were about to make the 10. It's weight per boom that counts.
He's referring to the nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to understand the math. So this is what I understand. I don't know if I'm addressing what you're saying. My understanding is that the difficult part of the enriching the uranium, is to get to 60% of enrichment. To make functioning nuclear bombs, you need 90% enriched uranium. And getting to 60%, getting from 60% to 90%, it's really easy. Okay? So with 60% enriched uranium, you could make dirty bombs. You could make nuclear bombs, but not the type that is effective on a ballistic nuclear weapon that you could send off and cause like the mushroom cloud kind of boom. So yes, at a 60% enriched uranium, you could make 12 atomic bombs, but to make really effective atomic bombs, you need 90% enriched uranium. But a lot of people think that if you go to 60% enriched uranium, you already have made 60% progress. That's not the case. If you get to 60% enriched uranium, you've already made 95% progress. Getting from 60 to 90 is really, really easy. Getting from 0 to 60 is hard. Getting from 60 to 90 is like so easy. So that's what my understanding is. Let me know if that helped out. Then we got more. Okay, wow, guys, we're gonna be late for our discussion group. Okay. Let's shorter answers from now. Saying thank you. So the Choi Man, thank you so much for saying Chiu Man, saying thank you for the live stream, Goldie and Armin. It is sad to see some people, including some youngsters in Taiwan, are actually supporting IRGC. Even now, they believe that the US and Israel are bullies. I'm sure most people in Taiwan are supporting the Iranian people. They might be your leftists, right? I'm assuming. Is that like your leftists in Taiwan? Hopefully, there's not that many of them because we support Taiwan against the CCP. Thank you for the super chat. Justin with a super chat. Thank you so much, Justin, saying humiliation is the only thing that will completely destroy a cult. Perfect. Great summary. That's exactly right. Xcraft LLC, thank you for the super chat, saying I stopped talking about the deals with people because no one seems to remember that there's always more to it than we know in public. We know that we can't actually negotiate with the Islamic Republic. Yes, exactly. This is why it's not going to be based on trusting what the Islamic Republic says. This is based on humiliating and bankrupting them and telling them that they can have some of their cash back only after they see them giving up their most important trump card. Most people don't understand that. Okay. Firejack with a super chat saying, people say, thank you, by the way, saying people say, oh, Trump's lying. Yes, many times he is, but that is very common tool in warfare is psyops. In 1944, it was newspapers, but today it's social media. To our Iranian band of victory to our Iranian band of brothers. Yes, victory, and you're completely right. I hope President Trump is lying to the Islamic Republic. Why would you want to be honest to people who lie all the time? Angie, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, as a wife of an Iranian, I love you guys and a big fan for many months. Well, thank you. Highly frustrated. The people need arming. Yes, please support us, the Arm Us campaign, so that we could get the Iranian people what they need to fight. Fleshy Interloper gifted 1 membership to somebody in Liberty Politics YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Always supporting us. General Patton with a super chat saying the Taiwanese saying is that we have our day. It's a lot shorter in the local language. Oh my god, I think it's going to be really difficult to learn that. And that's thank you for telling us. That's you know a lot, General Patton. That's very interesting. Pokigo, I think, okay. Did I pronounce it right? Pokigo. With this Pokigo, thank you. Saying in the history of Taiwan, I think, freedom movement for democracy, in the history of Taiwan freedom movement for democracy, fighting for 100% freedom of speech. A quote from Nilon Cheng during martial law period. Okay, I need to figure out which one is the most common one and then learn it in the local language in Mandarin. Is it Mandarin or Cantonese in Taiwan?
I believe it's Mandarin.
Oh yeah, Cantonese. Oh yeah, Cantonese is Hong Kong, so I think it's Mandarin. You're right. Thank you for the super chat. This is really good information.
It's Taiwan. It's Taiwanese Mandarin and apparently Hakka Chinese.
Hakka Chinese.
The primary language spoken in Taiwan is Mandarin Chinese.
Mandarin. Okay. So Cantonese is Hong Kong. Okay. Good to know. We have Thickle Nut with a super chat saying, is it true that the uranium is approximately 300 feet deep and difficult to get at in the first place? Just curious. Thank you for your voices. Yeah, exactly. In fact, it's so difficult that apparently only the American and Chinese have the engineering capability to go get it, which means that if the Islamic Republic agrees, then some Americans at least have to go into Iran to get it out, which is really embarrassing for the Islamic Republic, which is really impossible to even imagine the Islamic Republic doing that. That's why I'm saying if this deal happens, this is what Goldie and I say, that if this deal happens, it's the end of the Islamic Republic. It's the beginning of the end. And then last super chat, and then we also have another comment that Goldie started. But last super chat is from Ami. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, Amy Heard. Thank you so much, Amy Heard, with a super chat saying, "Thank you, Goldie plus Armin. I'm hoping the US has been arming the Immortal Guard. I hope so too, behind the scenes, so they can take over after the deal. Do you think this is happening? It is very possible. It is very possible. We can't leave anything to chance. So it's good, even if it's happening, it's good to normalize talking about it, so that if it comes out that the Americans have been doing this, it's very possible, then there's acceptance for it, and there's enough political capital for it. But either way, if they're doing it or not doing it, I think it makes sense to keep supporting the Armas campaign to normalize this idea. But yes, you are right. It's very, very possible. And then Goldie, you start this comment?
Yes, this is how you pronounce it in Taiwanese.
What does it mean? Chut Thao Thi. Okay, let me start this. Let me screenshot this. Chut Thao Thi. Okay, I think you guys are trolling me and I'm saying something really funny. Right? Is that what's happening? Am I swearing or something? Am I saying I'm stupid or something?
No, that's like the motto.
Oh, okay. You know, I can't I have trauma. I have being trolled trauma from Goldie. So,
what have I ever trolled you? Oh my gosh.
Oh well, guy, Goldie has never trolled me. Yes, guys. Yeah, never. It has never happened. Yes. So what does this mean? Chut Thao Thi. Does anybody know? Chut Thao Thi. Oh, this is how you say.
That's what Patton said earlier. So when he said, where was
see, people are saying it means never gonna give you up. That's what it means.
No. It's the Taiwanese saying for "we shall have our day." That's how it's pronounced.
We shall have.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
We shall have our day.
Yes, powerful. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I'm late. I'm so late. Let's go over here. I'm gonna go to our discussion group. You should join us. I put the link in the chat. We have calls every single day. We have group calls every single day. So I'm going to go join the group call for today. The link is in the chat. The link is in the QR code at the top right of your screen. The link is in the Liberty Politics YouTube channel bio. If you go to Liberty Politics YouTube channel, you can see the link is up here. And yes, hopefully I see you guys there. And Goldie, what are you doing for the rest of today?
Working on some videos and then going live to finish up part 2 of my analysis from last night.
Make sure you guys don't miss that. Okay, fantastic. So, guys, that's us. We'll see you same time tomorrow at another episode of Iran Revolution Live. And until then, I'm Israel Chai. Long live America.
God bless America.
Javicha
Payande
Iran.
See you guys later.
غرق انقلاب است. کشور ما، تاریخ ما ترسید گر فرا گرفته، گویی اهورا مستا دوباره در نور خود مرا گرفته. اکنون سرودی سر میدهم باز فارغ از رنج و تشویش، ایران غرق انقلاب است، به پیش به پیش به پیش. پسر برخیز و با ما شو همگام تا درد آن تجربه تلخ ما را نکشیده در خواب بگذار هر دم بغرند گرگ ها دم لباس میش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ای کارگر ای برزگر راحت کنون ادامه دارد در این زمان که پرتو یزدان از هر سو بر تو میبارد پس پیش به سوی آزادی از بحر خزر تا کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش خلقا به پا بحر دفاع از استقلال و آزادی تا بشکنیم پشت ارتجاع پیریزی ایران آبادی تا زنده سازیم سنت‌های می از من آیین و کیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش
با امید روزی که تمام این دلبشو و انقلاب تموم بشه و ما در روشنایی نور و سعادت مردم کشورمون غرق بشیم
نه خارجی نه بیگانه نه مستشارهای ویرانی نه چیر خاران نه کاسلیسان فقط هم رزمان ایرانی تا با شرافت میهنی بسازی بهر فرزندان خویش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش مردان بیایید داخل صف ما اکنون که آغاز رویاست دشمنان بدانید ما زنده هستیم بعد از ما هم ایران پابرجاست آن روح شیطان ما را فریب داد با صد شعار مردمیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش ایران غرق انقلاب است به پیش به پیش به پیش پرچم ما پرچم ایران غرق خون شهیدان روی شانه هامان حمل میکنیمش در هر خیابان و میدان تا ماسک دلغکان را برداریم از روی تسبیح و ریش ایران غرق